Hey everybody, it is Sean. What's up, dude? On our way home, we took the long way and hit more stops on Route 66. And the scenes and pictures you're about to see are from our road trip back to Romeoville. This is Sean, the What's Up Dude. This gas station is Stuckeys, a classic stop that you can find on the road. That's some classic memorabilia, cool collectible toys, old toys, signs, some figurines, ice cream, and some signs you can put in the kitchen. Tons of cool stuff in here. Signs for your garage or a man cave. We have some candles here and some old-fashioned Stuckeys candy. This is the Stuckeys. All around this Stuckeys gas station, there are these statues here. I'll give you a shot of all these. A couple turtles. And we do have a bulldog out here. This is called the Canine Trail. This is where you can walk your dog if you have dogs on your road trip. And your canine friends have a bunch of statues out here. Canine Trail. Someone's walking their dogs right there. So you better watch where you're walking. There's a camel and a little pig. And over here there is a small version of the Statue of Liberty, an American eagle, and some of the men and women that served our country. Little forest area in the corner. Over here we do have some Victorian statues. There's a rhino right here, and then we have a lion, a couple horses right here, with a mermaid in the front. Let's check that out. And then over here, one of our famous friends, my son loves this guy, and we were seeing him earlier. It is the legendary statue of the Bigfoot. We are here at the Pink Elephant Antique Mall, and we have a ton of stuff to see and do at this location and have some fun. And we have the sign for the Antique Mall. We have the Red Baron airplane. And this is the Pink Elephant. You can see it straight off the highway. It is on Route 66. We do have a pig. where we actually have one of the dinosaurs. Little car, a little eating area, and an old-fashioned phone booth. This place is full of fun statues and amazing things to find, including Marilyn Monroe. We have an old train. Right here we do have a statue of Donald Trump. We do have some space aliens and a spacecraft right here. And there's an elephant sticking out of the wall. And we do have a section that's a little spooky. Area 66 Haunted School. Let's see what's in here. All right, enter at your own risk. Uh-oh. Looks like it's not open for the season, but you would get your tickets here in October, and there'd be something spooky here. We are inside of the restaurant. It's like a 50s diner theme. We have the Blues Brothers, and we just saw Elvis Presley. And we are in Route 66, so there is Route 66 signs. We have an old gumball machine. We have a Harley Davidson display with cars inside, a map. This is people that have visited here from all over the country. They put pins to show where they're from. And we do have some wall arts, including James Dean, Elvis Presley, and more maps showing how many people have visited here. This is the world's tallest man at 8'11", and this is a shot of the diner.
Kicking our heels, cutting the rug, so turn it on up till the jukebox jumps. Let it all out. Shout. Yeah. Let it all out. Twist, groove, making a move. Well,
We are now headed into the antique store. And this place is massive. And they have a ton of things to find. This whole room is full of action figures and collectibles. We found a treasure trove of action figures and collectibles. this candy store, we do have a cotton candy factory. We are at Motorheads, another attraction on Route 66, and we're gonna see a bunch of cool stuff at the museum. This is a recreation of an old golf store, and we have some old Fords sitting around, an old motorbike, and an old model car. And this is a recreation also of the Phillips 66 gas station. And this is what it would look like, but as you can see, everything is aged a little bit to show you the historic value of this place. We have an old Ford. This used to be a furnace company car, and now this is all that remains of it. Up there we do have a giant teapot. This is a recreation of a Texaco gas station. And we have a classic car inside. And an old-fashioned diner. And this is the outdoor patio. And we have a boat. This is a 57 Cadillac with the canoe on top. Right on top of the roof of the restaurant and museum is a old-fashioned car. Up top and a bunch of old signs. An old jukebox. And we have a bunch of memorabilia and collectibles from another time and another age. Here's a closer look of that diner. Coca-Cola refrigerator. This is a Chevy Nova vehicle. You have a Honda 500 Tour motorcycle, a Kawasaki, and a Harley Davidson right up front. And we got a classic muscle car. More signs. And this is a classic Mercury. And this is what you would used to order from the classic food stops. And look, it's Superman. He followed us here. More classic signs. And here we do have more signs. And a stage, so they do have live music here sometimes. And if you want to eat upstairs, you can do that as well. Oh my goodness, it's an alligator up on top. This is the outdoor dining area with a little space travel spaceship right here, and a race car on top, and a nice little bar. You can enjoy the sunshine or a cloudy day if it's not raining, and enjoy the sights. Down this hallway, we do have Hall of Fame race car drivers, and another patio area. And you got a motorcycle right here, and old signs for Lakeshore Drive. So behind this door, this is a restaurant with amazing food. If you're in the area, stop by and enjoy their choice burger or other items that they have, or have a nice drink on the road. And they do even have a gift shop with historic Route 66 memorabilia and things you can buy to remember your trip on Route 66. This is the world's largest covered wagon, created by David Bentley as listed in Guinness Book of World Records, donated to Abraham Lincoln Tourism Bureau of Logan County by Larry J. Van Bibber of Lincoln, Illinois, January 2007. This is on historic Route 66. And we're gonna get a shot of this ginormous wagon. And it's just on the side of the road of Route 66 for some reason. And we got Honest Abe reading the law. And this is it. The world's largest wagon. The world's largest covered wagon. A stop at the world's largest rail splitter covered wagon on Route 66 journey is a must. Abraham Lincoln is a big part of the history in Logan County. He often traveled to Lincoln as a circuit rider, lawyer on the 8th Judicial Circuit, so is the fitting that Abe is featured atop the wagon. World's largest covered wagon is 12.2 meters, 40 feet long, 3.65 meters, 12 feet wide, and 7.6 meters, 25 feet tall, and was hand-built out of Illinois oak and steel by David Bentley in 2001. And you could read more about this, but this is the wagon with Abraham Lincoln. And here's another roadside attraction showing you different information on this historic find. These are the giants of Atlanta, Illinois. We made a pit stop so we can show you these iconic giants, and we have some more to show you. another giant, the serviceman for this station. And inside we do have more, and I'll show you pictures of those as well. This eagle was carved during the Fall Festival on September 11, 2021, the 20th anniversary of September 11, 2001, to honor the first responders. And this is the Paul Bunyan Giant, world famous 66 giant in Atlanta, Illinois. The Bunyan Giant in the 20th century, road travel became the predominant means of going from point A to point B. With the increase of cars on the road, attention getters, item attracting the attention of passengers and drivers with the intended result being to stop, reigned supreme. One set of the attention getters, known for the fiberglass muffler men, surged in popularity in 1960. All right, this is Wally's gas station, and it is similar, but not the same as Buc-ee's, but we're gonna see what they have to offer and go inside. And this is a massive store with a bunch of cotton candy and fun. Hold on. And we're gonna see what they have. There's a cool deer with a cool hat. No, we can't buy anything today, bud. That we're full of the aroma of some kind of scent. I think they got some candles or something. Stuffed animals and kid stuff, some snakes, and we have a whole entire grocery section right here. Right here we do have a camping site with a bear, a raccoon, and a fox, and a sleepy squirrel that had too much wallies. This place is massive and has everything you need for a fun road trip, snacks, drinks, and souvenirs. And that is all, the end of a beautiful Route 66 road trip. Please like, share, and subscribe so that I can explore new areas and go to more places in the future.